How did early suspension bridge projects overcome NIMBY opposition? Imagine standing in a small town in the 1800s, watching a giant new bridge stretch across a river. People are worried about how it will change their lives. How did engineers and builders turn that worry into support? That's what we're exploring today. Early suspension bridges faced resistance from local residents and business owners who didn't want construction disrupting their daily lives. Some feared losing access to ferries or steamboats, which were vital for transportation and commerce at the time. Others worried about the visual impact or safety concerns. This was a classic case of NIMBY, or not in my backyard, opposition. To get these bridges built, engineers used a mix of technical innovation and social strategies. First, they pointed out the technical advantages. Suspension bridges could span longer distances than traditional bridges, sometimes over 1,000 feet, with fewer supports in the water. This meant easier crossings for ships and less environmental disturbance. They also showed how these bridges could connect towns and open up new trade routes, boosting local economies. In some cases, opposition came from groups like ferry operators who feared losing business. To address this, bridge companies worked to get legal approval through charters and legislative support. They held public meetings to explain how the bridge would benefit everyone, not just the builders. Politicians and community leaders were convinced to support the project by emphasizing economic growth and improved transportation. Engineering innovations played a big role too. Pioneers like John Roebling invented wire rope cables and methods to spin cables on site, making construction safer and cheaper. These improvements meant less disruption during building and lower costs, which made the project more acceptable to the public. Because the construction could be done without blocking waterways or interrupting existing routes, local concerns about environmental and community impact were eased. Sometimes, local communities were involved directly. For example, in some cultures, villagers helped maintain bridges, creating a sense of ownership. While not always possible in the early American projects, this idea of community involvement helped build trust. In summary, early suspension bridges overcame opposition by showing their technical and economic benefits, securing legal and political support, using innovative engineering methods to reduce disruption, and highlighting how they would help communities grow. These strategies turned skeptics into supporters and helped push forward some of the most impressive engineering feats in history.